What's up, you guys? In today's video, I want to talk about how I conquered my backlog, and I want to help you do it too. It just might not be in the way you might initially think. So if this is your first time here, like, subscribe, and stay a while. First off, let's talk about our backlogs. We all have them. Every year, Steam has a massive sale, and Nintendo, Sony, Xbox, they all have these digital sales multiple times a year. And you get some really good games that go on sale for like one, two, three, $4, $5. Honestly, I almost picked up on this Steam summer sale. Borderlands 3 was on sale for like $3. I already have the game on Xbox One. I was just thinking like for $3, like maybe I want to play it just sitting at my PC. $3, why not? I didn't do it, but that's because I overspent that month anyway on other things. So usually in those sales, I do try to pick up a couple games here and there just to add to my backlog. And why? Why do we do it? Some of is it bad? Is it bad spending? Are we just overspending and buying games that we'll never play? I don't really look at it that way. I look at the backlog as an investment in my future. Like I might not be able to play it right now. I'm actually having the least amount of time to game in my entire life right now. I don't think that's always going to be the case, though. I think it's a temporary state of my circumstances right now. And, hopefully my hands still work and are able to game when I'm retired. And, that's a long ways away, but that's a lot of years to build up a library and hopefully not have to pay for expensive streaming services in the future if those prices do keep going up. So that's the value of having both a physical and digital backlog. Like, you never know what the future is going to hold. Maybe companies go under. I don't like to put all my eggs in one basket. So, retro games, modern games. Some people have just stopped at the retro games and they're just still on the GameCube and PS2, and so much respect for that. Some people emulate and they're just still playing Super Nintendo games. So much respect for that. I'm jealous of that. I wish I could just stay in one cycle and just, be content there. But, I feel like I can spend time, I can spend years in my GameCube library. I can spend years just chilling on emulators. But, I have many, many, many years, decades of my life left. So right now, I'm earning adult income money. I think this is the time I should continue to be buying games and adding to the backlog. But that doesn't stop the backlog from feeling guilty by any means. Um, my current game right now I'm playing is Donkey Kong Bonanza. Love this game. Initially, I thought I was going to try to 100% this game because that's kind of been the vibe I've been in lately for the past couple years, is just fully immersing myself in 100% in games. PS5 getting those platinum trophies. Sometimes I go through phases of 100% in games. Sometimes I go through phases of just trying to beat as many games as I can to experience as many of experiences. And sometimes, I play multiplayer games and just enjoy a multiplayer game, not make progress on my backlog or anything like that. And, this year, Nintendo Switch, they're killing it with first parties. Every month, we have Donkey Kong Bonanza, and then, the date for Metroid Prime 4, who knows, maybe by the time this video comes out, it's already going to be announced from a Nintendo Direct. I'm guessing that's probably going to be around September. In October, we have Pokemon ZA. We have a Hyrule Warriors game in December, and all these games could easily take up a month of my time anyway, for the amount of time I get to game. And so 100% of this game will probably last me till Metroid Prime 4 comes out. But then out of nowhere, so, if you watch a little bit of my channel, you hear me probably talk about Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. This has been one of my favorite games ever. This might be my favorite game ever. I got the Platinum Trophy in this. It took me 200 hours. I didn't do it because I thought I had to. I just loved it, and I didn't want to stop playing it. Other games that came out, I just was like, nope, I don't need to play this day one anymore. I was planning on it. I'm not doing it anymore. This is the only game I want to play, and I want to do everything in it. I loved my time with it. I also really loved Stellar Blade. And as you can tell, I have a type. I guess I have a type for great action games with beautiful looking people, both male and female. Like, oh, sorry, but that's it's my time. It's my escapism. I enjoy it. But great games. Both of these are great games. Highly recommend them if you're into action games. But I didn't get the platinum on this one. I wanted to, but it would require replaying the game like 2 more times. And I didn't play this at launch. I played this closer to the release of the Nintendo Switch 2. And there was kind of this arbitrary deadline with the Switch 2. And I didn't want to stop in the middle of a playthrough, because I was like, that would be a waste, and I would have to start over if I ever revisit it. And that's kind of a rule I just imposed on myself. So instead of just playing more of this until the Switch 2 came out, I was like, I have enough time to maybe get through Resident Evil 2 Remake. And so I did that instead. And I enjoyed that game, but I might have had more fun in this game. But yeah, out of nowhere, which just got on my radar, is this Wu Chang game. I haven't started this yet, but this game gives me the vibes I'm going to like it as much as these two games right here. Which makes me feel like that, this is, I'm going to consider this as one of like the top games of this generation. I hope it's good. Let me know in the comments if you played it, if it's good. Please no spoilers, but yeah, looking forward to starting this. And now I'm in a predicament. Do I 100% Donkey Kong Bonanza? Or do I try to beat Donkey Kong Bonanza and then just go and play this? Because if I go 100% this, then this might end up in the backlog, because once Metroid Prime 4 comes out, I'm probably going to play that day one. I'm a huge Metroid Prime fan. And so I think I'm going to downgrade this to just simply beating the game. I'm not going to rush through it. I'm still going to look as for as many bananas and just play naturally. But I don't think this is longer going to be a 100% game. Because I really want to play this game now. That's why I bought it now. I didn't wait for a sale. I don't know if this is going to be a big popular game that's always going to be on the shelf and always available. And I guess I wanted it physical because I'm getting a little more into physical collecting. And yeah, I wanted this one. But how silly is that this somehow gets to escape backlog hell, but then I have a game like Sonic Shadow Generations, a game I also really want to play. But this game, I never played. I've installed it on my PS5, but I never played it. Because I think I'm really going to like this game, and I really want to play it. I thought about playing it after Stellar Blade, but I chose Resident Evil 2 Remake instead of Sonic Shadow, because the next game I was going to play was Mario Kart World, and then the game after that was going to be Donkey Kong. And I didn't want to burn out on like the, mascotty, I don't want to say kiddie game, because I don't think that's truly the case, but these mascotty games are all very similar vibes. I like to mix it up, obviously. Like I have a wide taste of games. And so I didn't play this, and I don't know when I'm going to play this game, because I want to beat it, and I thought maybe I wanted 100% it, because I got multiple platinum trophies in a row, so I was just like, oh, if I play this, I have to get the platinum. And, the more I think of that, the more I think of there's this imposed rule that now it's like, instead of popping this game in for one day and just playing it, and maybe all I did was play for one day, maybe I don't beat it and 100% it, but what's stopping me from popping this in and playing it and then just moving on? Maybe I don't get much time out of it. I get one day, but you know what? Right now, all this game for me has been a prop in a video. Bleach Rebirth of Souls, another game. I bought this game because there was an Amazon glitch. So I ended up getting it for $40 when it was supposed to be $60. I really enjoyed Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, and I recently rewatched the Bleach anime. But this came out in March, and I was in the middle of playing Stellar Blade. And it's a fighting game. What's stopping me from popping this in and just playing a few fights? And then, instead of it sitting on my shelf, waiting to be played, I could at least say I have played it. Very recently, I have a review on my channel, a first impressions review of Yakuza 0. This was a game that, just Switch 2 hype. I wanted to play some Switch 2. Mario Kart World is fun. It's awesome. But it's just a racing game. I like a bunch of different games. So I decided to give this a try, because I was like, okay, well, Donkey Kong Bonanza, I might have a little bit of time in between that and, let's say, Metroid Prime 4, assuming that's in September. Maybe something in August. I think there's that wheelchair basketball game coming out. I kind of want to play it, but I don't think that's going to consume my whole month. So I thought maybe I would get back into this, after a Donkey Kong break. And, I was hopeful I was going to get back into it, but now that this Wu Chang game came out, this seals the deal. I'm not getting back into this before Metroid Prime 4. I'm definitely going to be playing this Wu Chang game. And so, yeah, what's the difference between Yakuza 0 now and Sonic Shadow Generations? I got 8 hours of entertainment value out of Yakuza 0. I know enough about this game that I like it. I don't love it enough to drop everything to continue playing it, but it can sit on my shelf and I can know that maybe someday I'll go back to this and play this. Like, it's worthy of being in my collection. Sonic Shadow Generations, I trust I'm going to love this game, but I haven't gotten a single hour, a single minute of entertainment value out of it. Right now, it's just a prop in a video. And what's stopping me from in between games just popping it in, playing it for one day, and just being okay with that? Just being okay with saying, is it going to hook me? And if it doesn't hook me, that's okay. I can just go back on the shelf and just wait for the day that it calls to me. And that's what I think the backlog is for. You know, I do it with my movies all the time. Like, I have not watched all those movies. I've watched a good amount of them. But I interact with that shelf every week. Friday nights, I pick a movie. Saturday nights, my wife picks a movie. And sometimes we pick from streaming services too. But that shelf gets a lot of interaction. I love browsing it like it's a game, like it's a video rental store, and what's calling me that night. And that's what the backlog should be. Whether I'm sitting on PC and looking through Steam, whether it's Epic Game Store. I don't even know what I have anymore with those free games. Maybe I look at the shelf of my PS5 games. Like, what's stopping me from just going back in the day, like in the GameCube days, and just picking up a game and playing it and just removing the rule that I have to finish it. This self-imposed made-up rule that I have to finish it. Speaking of those days, Star Fox Adventures. I love this game. I really wish they would re-release this, like either a remaster or put it on the Nintendo Switch Online service with the GameCube. It hasn't been announced yet. I love this game. But guess what? I've never finished it. So, somewhere along the line, my mindset changed at one point that, like, I need to finish the game. I need to plan everything like it's a checklist, like it's work, that I need to finish these games. But when I was a kid, playing N64 and GameCube, I didn't finish all my games. I probably rarely finished a game, but these are some of my best memories. I loved them. I want to replay this game. And I don't replay it because I feel like I need to find a time to sit down and beat it. I don't know, is it 20 hours long? That's like a whole month of my gaming time. And if I dedicated it to replaying a retro game, I'm not going to be able to experience this new experience and grow my library for, that future where maybe maybe inflation happens, money gets tight, maybe the video game industry crashes, maybe I retire, and I'm not buying new games. So I want to continue to expand my library and my backlog. But before, when I was a kid, another example, Donkey Kong 64. I loved that game, never beat it. Star Fox Adventures. I loved it, never beat it. And, some point along the way, I just started planning on if I could beat a game. But I haven't always beaten every game I played. So let's get back to Sonic Shadow Generations. I've been afraid to start this game because I want to be set up for success to beat this game, maybe even 100% it, if I really love it, without, some kind of deadline, like I need to play Donkey Kong Bonanza the day it comes out. Not that I can't be a patient gamer for, certain games. Clearly, Stellar Blade's been one of my favorite. I waited like a year or two before playing it. But it's silly with Sonic Shadow Generations when I say the other Sonic games recently, I bought them on cheap, for maybe like $20 each on like Black Friday or something. And I haven't beaten either of these. I got halfway through. I like them. And I'm glad to have them in my collection to go back and replay them. But I just popped them in, played them for a little bit. And for some reason with these, I was okay with moving on. But this one, I feel like I really like it. Or maybe I'm just in the mindset of completing games right now. Whether it be just beating them or 100%ing them. That I feel like, I don't know, this held me back. I should have already played this for at least like 2, 3, or 4 hours. But I haven't. And it's even more silly that, like, the reason I think I'm going to like this one so much is because I love the original one on the 360 so much. But I didn't 100% this. I beat it, but I didn't 100%. I didn't get all, like, the red star rings. So, again, along the way, what became the difference in my mindset with these games? I don't know. So I played that Resident Evil 2 instead of playing this. Because another self-imposed rule. I want to play Resident Evil 4 Remake. I think I got this one for $20. It's still sealed. I have a PlayStation VR 2. And this is one of the best experiences probably that exists on it, and I haven't played it yet. You know, it's like $1,000 gaming experience, and I haven't played it yet because somewhere along the way I was just on some of those summer deals I was talking about. I got Resident Evil 2 remake and Resident Evil 3 remake for like $10 each. And I was like, these are shorter games, like 10-hour long games or something. I should play those first before I play this. So, you know, instead of playing Sonic Shadow Generations, I went into checklist mode. I was like, ooh, here's an opportunity to get closer to playing this game. And then, of course, with the Resident Evil 2 remake, I played Leon's story and Claire's story because, of course, I have to beat all of it. When I could have used, you know, I enjoyed both those stories, and I'm glad I did it, but maybe I shouldn't have played Claire's story and played Sonic Shadow instead, even if I didn't beat it. Which, again, this is probably a shorter game. I could probably beat it in, like, maybe 6 hours or something like that, I'm assuming. So, like, why haven't I done that yet? It's silly. It makes no sense. And if I keep doing this, like, that's how my backlog goes. Here's God of War Ragnarok. I hear it's great. And I don't want to start playing this game because I haven't played the first one first. So I feel like I need to play these in order. And you can see I got this on Black Friday from Walmart. It still got the blue sticker on it. And I've been held back on playing this game because I haven't played any of the God of War games. And I have the Saga. This is still sealed on PS3. And it's so old now, I don't have it in me to open it. And there's rumors of these games being remastered and remade. So now it's just another thing that I'm holding out on. But you know what I loved were the Jak and Daxter games on PS2. And you know how I played those games? I played those in reverse order. I played Jak 3, then 2, then 1, which is really weird. But somewhere along the way, I was like, no, I have to play them in order. I have to play the first one, then the second one. But even so, I have to be a completionist, and I gotta play everything before, and that's just holding me back from experiencing some of this stuff. And again, God of War, it's your, you know, Sony open world game, and I'm very familiar with that. Another game besides Mario Odyssey that really got me back into gaming was, let's see, I have it here. Horizon Zero Dawn, the first one. I have the second one here, which I did not like as much. I guess they made Aloy a little more ugly. No, that's not really like the reason. They went too much into cutscenes with this, and it just didn't have the magic as the first one, that mystery behind it. I love the first one. This one was just okay. I heard the DLC, the PS5 exclusive DLC, is great. I bought it on sale. I haven't played it yet. The first one, I got the platinum on it. I did everything. It was like 60 or 80 hours. Loved that game. This one, I didn't do everything. I did some of it, but I think I maybe spent like 30 hours in the game. I feel like I didn't get as much of my time out of it, but you know what? Maybe that's okay. Like these big open world games, the checklist, like I don't know, they make me want to play them and try to complete the checklist. And if I don't, I try to complete as much stuff I can before moving on to the main quest. And I feel like that holds me back from experiencing other experiences. Maybe I would like God of War better. But then it's daunting that if this is a 60 to 80 hour long game, this is 3 months of my life. Right here, give me the requirement that I have to play this one first, that I make up myself. This could be my whole year. This is a whole year of my gaming time, if not more. A whole year of my gaming time. Like I said, I love Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Crisis Core Reunion. Haven't played this yet. But I love Final Fantasy VII so much, but this is a game that I might want to get the platinum on it, because I'm almost feel like I want to collect the platinum trophies, because I did it for Rebirth, so I may as well do it for all of them. But now this is stuck in my backlog, and it's been here for years. You know, maybe I don't need to get the platinum. Maybe I could just play a little bit of it, and maybe I don't even need to beat it. Maybe I can just get a weekend out of it, and, you know, maybe that's how I conquer my backlog. I'll keep growing my library, and I'll keep expanding my options, and keep playing what calls to me, and I just need to remove the guilt from feeling like I'm wasting money, because it's there, and I'm going to be able to play the games. And I need to remove the rules that I have to sit down and play and beat the entire game, or I'm never going to get through all these games. It's tough. It's tough with games like I bought this Metaphor Refantasio for $30. I love JRPGs. I feel like I'm gonna love this game. It was significantly cheaper on Xbox Series X than PS5, so I picked it up on that. Long story games like this, that's tough. That's tough that it's like, I don't want to just play this game for 5 hours and then give it up. It's hard to pick back up on like the story and all that where you leave it off. But, maybe I could give it a chance and see if it hooks me in that 2 or 5 hours. And because if not, this is going to be sitting on my shelf for probably years. Because there's constantly new games coming out. And maybe I give it a chance one day and just see if it allows me. Maybe it gives me the pull. Give it a chance to break the mold. This broke my mold. This broke my plan that I had made up in my mind, which makes no sense. I don't need to have a plan. It's just gaming. It's fun. It's entertainment. I just want to be entertained. But once I discovered this game, I no longer want to 100% this game. And, maybe in between games where before I just sit down and start playing a 60-hour game, if it's feeling like a checklist, if it feels like I'm doing it because I have to, maybe I give this a try and just see. A year or two, was it last year? I was playing Luigi's Mansion 2. I bought it. It took me 10 hours to beat it, and it was dreadful. I felt like I was working, like I just had to beat it. I didn't 100% it, but I was just like, I bought it. I'm playing it. This is the game right now. It's the game to play before Astrobot comes out. And I was like, I have a deadline for Astrobot. I need to play it, or this is going to get stuck in the backlog. And you know what? When I start feeling like that, where it's like not worth it, that's where I should just go in and be like, you know what? Let's just pop in a game and just play it, like as if we rented it from a rental store back in the day. And maybe I don't get to complete it, but maybe I can get some memories out of it, or just be able to, instead of holding it as a prop, talk about it and be like, hey, that was a cool game. Like, I want to play more of that instead of I want to play that. And it's in my backlog. It's on my shelf. I could do that at any time. And yeah, I just want to remove that guilt and just create a library that I can interact with. Whether that interaction being play the entire 60 or 80-hour game, getting the platinum, whether it's just completing it, going through games, or maybe just sampling them. Maybe just adding sampling is a way to just get use of the backlog. No matter the platform it's on. Maybe I just want to sample some things on Steam that I have because I bought a humble bundle, 10 games for $2, and I just want to try some out, and I don't need to commit to it. I think that's okay to just not commit to the games. Let the backlog grow, sample them, and then just know they're there for when they call you. I think your vibe and your mood just really matters. If you're not enjoying gaming, maybe you're playing for the wrong reasons. Maybe you're playing for the checklist reasons. And I don't know, that's making me feel better about my backlog, making me feel better about continuing to buy games for my backlog, continue expanding, because I just want those options available. I don't want to pay for a subscription service like Game Pass. I really don't. It's cool that it's an option. But then you start feeling guilty when you don't get your money's worth out of it. Yeah, I sealed the deal on this, but I'll have this forever, and I can always go back and play it. I can always go back and play this God of War game. I don't know where I put Star Fox Adventure, but I have my GameCube hooked up. I can go and play this. I can play it right now if I wanted to. I'm not going to, but, it makes me feel less guilty. This video help you rethink your backlog, no longer feel guilt about it. We're never going to beat all of the games. New games are going to come out. We're never going to beat everything. There's no way. There's no way we're going to die and have every platinum trophy. We're not going to play every Super Nintendo game and beat them, every GameCube game, every PS2 game. I just think there's different ways to play games. And I think they're all valid. And maybe you sample a game in 2025, but in 2035, you want to play every single game of that franchise and 100% it, and you'll be glad that you have it in your backlog. Maybe someday you decide to stream it or speedrun it, or just a new entry in the franchise comes out and you just want to just replay all the games, and you don't have to 100% them. If the new Gears of War E-Day comes out, maybe I want to go through and play through every Gears of War game. I don't know. And so when people complain that there's no new games coming out, it's like, I don't have time for my backlog. When there's a new, if there's no games coming out, that's when I can spend 200 hours in Final Fantasy Rebirth. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Do you have any shared experiences like this? Does this video help? Like, subscribe, and see you in the next video.